The Karzalon Armada had been harvesting Earth for 3 generations. Their massive mining vessels descended like vultures, stripping entire mountain ranges for rare minerals while humanity watched helplessly from their underground refuges. The aliens had made their intentions clear from the first day. Earth was a resource depot, and humans were an infestation to be tolerated as long as they remained docile. Commander Sarah Chen stood in the war room of Bunker 7, humanity's last coordinated military facility, buried 2 miles beneath what used to be the Rocky Mountains. Around her, holographic displays showed the grim reality. 70% of Earth's surface was now barren wasteland. The oceans were being drained for deuterium, and the Karzalon were preparing their final harvest, the planet's core itself. "They think we're broken," General Marcus Webb said, his weathered face illuminated by the tactical displays. "They think 3 generations of submission have bred the fight out of us." Sarah's jaw tightened. She had been born in the tunnels, had never seen the sun until her 16th birthday during a rare surface mission. Her parents had died in the mines, working themselves to death extracting metals for their oppressors. But they had also been part of the resistance, secretly teaching her and thousands of other children the old knowledge: engineering, physics, warfare, and most importantly, hope. "They're wrong," she said quietly. The Karzalon made one critical mistake. In their arrogance, they believed that a species without spaceflight capabilities posed no threat. They never imagined that humanity, forced underground, would use those very tunnels to build something extraordinary. While the aliens mined the surface, humans had been mining deeper, creating a network of facilities that stretched across every continent, all connected, all working toward a single purpose. The weapon wasn't elegant. It wasn't sophisticated by galactic standards, but it was undeniably human. Brutal, efficient, and born of desperation. "Status report," Sarah commanded. "All continental nodes report ready," her chief engineer responded. "The seismic charges are in position. Fusion reactors at maximum capacity. We have 1 shot at this, Commander." Sarah looked at the display showing the Karzalon mothership in orbit, a behemoth 10 miles long, surrounded by hundreds of support craft. Intelligence suggested over 2 million Karzalon were aboard, representing nearly 1/10 of their entire species. They had grown comfortable, complacent. This was their Harvest Fleet's retirement mission, a final grand extraction before returning home as heroes. "What they don't know," Sarah addressed the room, her voice carrying through comm channels to every resistance cell on the planet, "is that humans have always been best at one thing: survival. And when you corner a survivor, when you take everything from them, they don't give up. They adapt. They improvise. They fight back." She took a deep breath. "Initiate Operation Prometheus." Across the planet, in chambers carved from bedrock, humanity's desperate gambit began. The seismic charges detonated in perfect synchronization, not to destroy, but to create harmonic waves through the planet's crust. The fusion reactors, built in secret over decades, channeled unimaginable amounts of energy into massive electromagnetic coils that lined the tunnel networks like a planet-wide particle accelerator. The Karzalon detected the energy surge immediately. Alarms blared across their fleet, but they had no frame of reference for what was happening. In their thousands of years of galactic conquest, no species had ever weaponized their own planet. Earth's magnetic field, artificially amplified 1,000-fold, pulsed outward in a directed electromagnetic burst. The wave hit the Karzalon fleet like a hammer. Ship systems failed instantly. The mothership, its quantum processors fried beyond repair, became a dead hulk in orbit. Smaller vessels, their navigation systems destroyed, began their slow, helpless descent toward the atmosphere. But Sarah knew this was only the beginning. Launch Phase 2. Humanity had studied the Karzalon for 3 generations, learning their language, their technology, their weaknesses. The mining equipment they operated had taught humans alien engineering. The scraps they discarded had become templates for reverse engineering. And the atmosphere they breathed had revealed their biology. From hidden silos across the planet, missiles launched. Not toward space, but into the atmosphere. At altitude, they dispersed their payload, a crystalline compound that humanity had synthesized from Earth's native bacteria, modified and weaponized. To humans, it was harmless. To the Karzalon, with their silicon-based biology, it was catastrophic. The crystal spores spread through the upper atmosphere, carried by winds around the globe. When the disabled Karzalon ships crashed, when survivors emerged seeking refuge, they found an Earth that had become toxic to them. The spores bonded with silicon, breaking down their cellular structure at the molecular level. Within 72 hours, not a single Karzalon remained alive on Earth or in its orbit. Sarah stood on the surface for the first time without fear, breathing recycled air through her suit as cleanup crews began the monumental task of reclaiming their world. The sky was filled with debris, falling ships burning like falling stars. It would take generations to heal the planet, but for the first time in living memory, those generations would belong to humanity. General Webb joined her, both of them staring at the carnage in orbit. "The Karzalon Collective will send more ships," he said. "When the Harvest Fleet doesn't return, they'll investigate." "Let them come," Sarah replied, her voice hard. "They taught us we were weak. They taught us we were primitives. But they forgot the most important lesson. Every predator should learn about their prey." She turned to face him, her eyes reflecting the burning ships above. "They should have learned that humans don't break. We bend, we endure, and when we finally fight back, we fight to win." The final war had started not with Earth's destruction, but with its defiance. And as the ashes of the Karzalon fleet rained down upon the scarred planet, humanity prepared for the next chapter, not as victims, but as warriors who had learned the hardest lesson the galaxy could teach. They had learned to survive. Now they would learn to thrive. And the galaxy, accustomed to humanity's silence, would soon hear their roar.